What if I told you that you could build your own SSD that is faster, cheaper, more compatible, doesn't slow down, and has a better warranty than buying something that is name brand off the shelf? Would you believe that? Well, today that is exactly what we are doing. I'll show you exactly how and why you should build your own SSD. Now, if you recently purchased a MacBook or you're buying one, you will know that Apple, not only Apple, Windows manufacturers as well, charge a killing if you want to get more storage. For example, if you're buying this MacBook Air that I love, you're gonna have to spend $400 extra to move up to a 1TB SSD from that base 256 gig. And this Trebleet SSD with a custom M.2 inside costs you $280. So you still keep the 256 plus get an additional 1 terabyte of insanely fast storage, actually faster than what is inside the MacBook. And you can use this on any computer, Mac or PC, using Thunderbolt or regular USB. You are not limited at all. Now, recently, we have been highly recommending the Sabrent SSD that is pre-built because it has a great price tag, and you can not only use Thunderbolt, you also have that USB compatibility compared to most other external SSDs. You can either choose regular USB that is much slower, or Thunderbolt that is much more expensive. But now, compared to the previous custom SSD video that we made, we have this updated model that has this capability as well. And prices of this SSD have come down as well, giving us the best external SSD that you can get on the market for multiple reasons that I will go into. Now I want to show you guys the difference between the version 1 that we built a year and a half ago and this updated one today. Now, if you take a look at them, you can see that the new version on the right side is actually slightly larger. And with that, it is actually both the bottom and the top as well. And if we take a look at the thickness, both the bottom and the top parts of the enclosure are thicker, and this gives us two improvements. The first one is that you can actually fit a deeper SSD. Some are thicker. And the second one is this bottom piece that is solid aluminum apart from the little cutout for your USB-C plug. So that just means that you can run your drive for longer and it's gonna stay cooler. Now, in order to build this incredible SSD, we're gonna need two things. First, this kit from Trebleet that includes everything we need, along with an M.2 PCI Express SSD. The one that I'm using is a Sabrent Rocket SSD for a few reasons. Now, this is a PCI Express 4.0 SSD, meaning it has super fast speeds. And even though we are not gonna achieve those speeds in this external SSD over Thunderbolt because that limits it, there are still great reasons to use it. The first one is the Phison controller that is super fast, and it is very quick at writing your data and not slowing down. So the SLC cache, which I'll talk about in a minute, is incredible. Now, the other reason is the price tag. This 1 terabyte drive comes in at $129 now. It dropped quite a bit because the competition for PCI Express 4 is a lot bigger now and there are faster drives, but for us, this one is perfect. Now, the Trebleet kit, the new updated one, includes everything you need inside of it. We have the actual enclosure right here. We can open it up. We have a little kit with all the screws that are necessary, including deeper ones for different kinds of SSDs, and this little thermal pad that's gonna take the heat and put it out from the SSD. Now, inside we also have two sets of cables. Now, this one right here is a more expensive Thunderbolt cable, so it's nice that it's in the box. It's a shorter one, which I prefer, and we also have a USB cable that is USB-A on one side and then USB-C on the other, along with a little adapter for it to be USB-C to C. And now let me show you just how easy it is to build your own SSD. We're gonna take off the baggie and the top half. We're gonna grab our SSD. There's a little notch in here, so it only goes in one way. I'm gonna go ahead and slip it in here at an angle, push it down. We're gonna grab our screw, grab our little thermal pad that's gonna transfer all the heat. Apply it to the top here. Let's peel off the other side. All right, I felt that contact right there. And grab our 4 screws and just screw them in with the included little screwdriver. And there you go, we are done. In less than a minute, I put together this SSD. And now let's get into why this thing is so much better in pretty much every way than buying an off-the-shelf pre-built SSD. Enclosure. The first reason is compatibility. Unlike the first version that we built previously, this thing can connect to any computer even if you don't have Thunderbolt. And a lot of the Thunderbolt SSDs that are out there, they don't offer that. Now we do have that Sabrent that we have been recommending for a while, and this also offers it, which is why we were recommending it. But now this is the better solution. The second one is price point. Because the SSD dropped, even though the actual enclosure itself is more expensive at $150 compared to $130, the overall price dropped from $320 now down to $280. Now Samsung's X5 that we tested is $350, along with the LaCie one that also supports USB Type-C. It was the only one that we tested other than the Sabrent that had that capability. So you're getting a drive that is very capable, it's compatible, and it is priced fairly well, but it is also not the cheapest drive out there, because at $280, that is still $60 more than a Sabrent that comes in at 1 terabyte. And this is where we have to get into performance. The first thing we'll talk about is SLC cache, because a lot of people out there don't even know how this works. Now with these SSDs, they advertise speeds of up to say 2800 or 2700, but in reality, they never actually reach that speed. But that's not the only thing that they don't reach. What SLC cache is a portion of the SSD that can be super fast and reach those speeds. But if you have a file or a folder that is larger than that chunk, it will actually slow down dramatically. For example, those previous drives that we tested, even though some of them were close to as fast as our brand new custom SSD, once you wrote between 20 to 50 gigabytes, they slowed down dramatically, and sometimes were less than half or maybe even a third of the speed for the remainder. And because of that, our custom SSD wrote a 170 gigabyte file way faster than those drives that are way more expensive. So if you're grabbing one of these SSDs, you get the capability and the ability to buy your own M.2 SSD. And this Rocket that's PCI Express 4 and has a Phison controller does not slow down anywhere near with any files at all. I think even a 170 gigabyte file, it still ran at the full speed and it didn't overheat like some of those other drives. So the performance is really good as far as the SLC cache. Now the actual full speed performance is incredible as well. If you want to buy one of these Sabrents that we recommended, and you're not picking up a 4 terabyte model like this one, but instead you're getting a 1 terabyte model, it is actually much slower at about 1300 megabytes per second on the write speed compared to 2400 or so that we got previously with the version 1.0. So that is a massive difference in write performance, and the read is fairly similar. But with the new version 2.0 that we just built, this actually goes up to 2550 write and 2650 read. So it is even faster with the same SSD, and you have the capability for USB. Now the other difference is your warranty. Since you can easily unscrew the SSD out of this case, you can send it back if there's any issues, and this SSD has a 5-year warranty, unlike most external SSDs that come with either a 1, maybe a 3-year warranty if you're buying a nice product. So 5 years is excellent. And the 5-year warranty is because the terabytes are written on this SSD, it's 1,800. And if you don't know what that is, that's basically the rating of the lifespan, or how much life you can expect out of your SSD. So this is a phenomenal SSD that we put inside of here, and for such an amazing price. So with all of that, the speeds that you're getting, the compatibility, and the sheer size of this thing and weight and price, you just cannot justify spending $350 on something that is larger, has a worse warranty, is slower, and it slows down dramatically compared to building this yourself. So if you're somebody that bought a new MacBook, you have a MacBook Air, and you don't want to pay Apple's prices, or you want to be able to use it for multiple computers, or even a PC laptop, it just makes no sense now to buy something that's pre-made compared to building one of these. And this video is not sponsored by Trebleet or Sabrent. We just really enjoy these items and wanted to show this off to you guys. So all of the items are linked down in the description below. You guys could go and check that out. Click that circle above if you guys want to subscribe and check out one of those great videos right over there. This is Max, and I'll see you in the next video.